Welcome back to our exploration of the 70% rule. In part 1, we met the Perfectionist Peacock, that flashy character who keeps us stuck in endless polishing cycles, and the hungry Itera tiger, who only grows stronger when we actually ship our work. We learned about the done framework to help us recognize when something is at that magical 70% mark, and we discovered the brain science behind why perfectionism feels so necessary but costs us so much. Today, we're diving deeper into practical applications. I'll show you exactly when perfectionism is appropriate. It's a shorter list than you think. Introduce you to another powerful character, the Feedback Falcon, and give you 3 concrete strategies to implement the 70% rule in your daily life. If you haven't watched part 1, I recommend checking that out first. The link is in the description. Otherwise, let's pick up where we left off and discover how to turn the 70% rule into your secret weapon for actually finishing what matters. There's another character I want to introduce, the Feedback Falcon. This wise bird represents the value of external input versus internal perfectionism. The Feedback Falcon can see things from heights you can't reach on your own. It brings back valuable insights from the outside world that no amount of internal polishing could ever reveal. This isn't just feel-good advice. In his book, The Paradox of Choice, psychologist Barry Schwartz identifies 2 types of decision-makers: maximizers, who need the absolute best, and satisficers, who settle for good enough. His research shows satisficers are consistently happier, more productive, and, ironically, often more successful. But wait, won't people judge me for putting out something that's not perfect? Here's the weird paradox. People actually respect you more for putting out imperfect work consistently than for putting out nothing, while claiming you're working on something amazing. As writer and entrepreneur James Clear puts it, the amount of value you receive from your work is directly proportional to the amount of value you create for others. It's not about what you know, it's about what you contribute. And you can't contribute what you don't finish. And here come the task zombies. These undead monsters represent unfinished projects that refuse to die. They follow you around, eating your brain's processing power. Cal Newport calls this attention residue in his book Deep Work. Each unfinished task leaves a cognitive residue that erodes your focus on future work. The more zombies you create, the less mental energy you have for new projects. According to neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman, these unfinished tasks activate your brain's error detection system, creating a constant low-level stress that drains your cognitive resources. It's like trying to run Windows 11 on a computer from 1995. Everything slows down. Meanwhile, focus night. Our prefrontal cortex knows that done is better than perfect. But he's fighting an uphill battle against millions of years of evolution that taught us to avoid social rejection at all costs. Let's look at some real-world examples of the 70% rule in action. Amazon's first website was incredibly basic. Just books, a white background, and blue links. But it worked, and Jeff Bezos was able to improve it based on actual customer behavior rather than his assumptions. Pixar's early drafts of their movies are famously rough. Ed Catmull, co-founder of Pixar, says their films suck at first, but they ship these rough versions internally, get feedback, and iterate until they become the masterpieces we know. Even Elon Musk follows a version of this rule. Tesla's first cars had plenty of issues, but they got them on the road and improved with each iteration. So how do we actually implement this in our daily lives? Here are 3 practical strategies. Set time limits, not quality targets. Instead of saying, I'll work on this until it's perfect, say, I'll work on this for 2 hours, then ship whatever I have. Quick brain tattoo. When you set a time limit, your brain automatically prioritizes the most important elements. It's like packing for a vacation when someone suddenly says, your flight leaves in 30 minutes. You'll grab what matters and leave the rest. Create completion ceremonies. Develop a personal ritual for shipping work that's good enough. Maybe it's a specific song you play, or a mantra you repeat. This helps overcome the psychological resistance to releasing imperfect work. I have a friend who literally stands up and shouts, "Ship it," before hitting send on important emails. His coworkers think he's weird, but he's also the most productive person in his department. I personally do a little dance I call the done dance. It's embarrassing, but effective. Practice being good enough in low-stakes situations. Start applying the 70% rule to things that don't matter much, like emails to friends, social media posts, or minor work tasks. Build the muscle of shipping before you feel ready. Remember, perfectionism isn't actually about being perfect, it's about fear. And the only way to overcome fear is to face it repeatedly, until your brain realizes that the consequences aren't actually that bad. If you're a recovering perfectionist like me, here's your 3-step recovery plan. Step 1. Recognize the trap. When you catch yourself endlessly polishing something, ask, am I making meaningful improvements, or am I just avoiding finishing? Look for signs of your Perfectionist Peacock preening. Step 2. Apply the done framework. Run through the done checklist we discussed earlier. If you've hit all 4 points, it's time to ship. Seed your Itera tiger and let your completion chemist mix up some reward chemicals. Step 3. Create accountability. Tell someone else when you'll ship something. Social pressure is a powerful antidote to perfectionism. Let the Feedback Falcon bring you insights you couldn't see on your own. The beauty of the 70% rule is that it creates an upward spiral. The more you ship, the more feedback you get, the better your work becomes, and the more confident you feel about shipping again. Now, I should mention that different personality types might need to adjust this percentage. If you're naturally detail-oriented, like many accountants or engineers, you might need an 80% rule. If you're naturally big-picture-oriented, like many creatives or entrepreneurs, you might need a 60% rule. The key is to find the percentage that gets you shipping consistently without sacrificing quality that actually matters. Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset shows that people who see their work as an evolving process rather than a fixed product tend to be more successful. The 70% rule helps you embrace this growth mindset by focusing on progress rather than perfection. Okay, I'm stopping at 70%. My inner peacock is screeching right now, but we're done. I actually deleted 3 paragraphs I thought were pretty good just to prove I'm practicing what I preach. It hurt. Sticky note for future you. In almost every domain of life, consistent good execution beats perfect planning. As General George Patton said, a good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week. Or, as I like to put it, the Perfectionist Peacock might look pretty, but it's the Itera tiger that will carry you to places you couldn't otherwise reach. What's one thing you've been perfecting that you could ship at 70% this week? Let us know in the comments. If this saved you a polishing all-nighter, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Until next time, remember, the 70% you ship is worth infinitely more than the 100% you don't. If you like this video, you'll love our video on why focusing feels like a battle. TLDR, it feels like a battle because it is a battle. So we look at why that is and how to win it.